Thanks for watching Halftime TV. This is Leon Bailey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome to another episode, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. And in this one, we're going to talk about the 100 meters heats for men, which we witnessed a little bit earlier on today. Now, Jamaica had two good showings and one not so great, but we had three athletes line up: Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville, and Akeem Blake. It was one of those mornings where we expected two of the three at least to finish first in their respective heats. And although the heats don't really matter, because what these athletes need to do is to progress through to the semifinal round. And how this works is the first three will qualify automatically, and then the next three fastest times across all the heats. And there are a total of 7 heats. So Oblique Seville, he was the first Jamaican to take to the track. He was in heat number 1, and we had him down to win his heat, really, because coming into this race, Oblique Seville was one of the fastest men in the world. 9.81 his personal best, 9.83 season's best, world ranking, well up there. So we weren't too concerned about what Oblique Seville was going to give us on the day, because we knew this was just a heat. He was just going to go out there and to get the job done. However, uh, Oblique Seville almost gave an entire nation a heart attack. Oblique Seville was left sleeping in the blocks. So basically, when everyone else had made a step, Oblique Seville was still in the set position. So, on the mark, get set, go. He was still set. Everyone else had already taken a step. And what that means is Oblique had to do a whole lot of work to get back into this race. And in the end, his effort was only good enough for a third place finish. Still managed to secure a good time with 9.93 seconds. But regardless, Oblique Seville, I'm sure you, based on what the information that I received, it's saying that you're fighting some personal, you're going through some personal issues or what have you, and that may have contributed to your late reaction. I don't care. I understand the situation. I understand that you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, but you need to leave that outside of the track, Oblique. You need to leave that outside of the track. Some people saying panic attack, some people saying the same old Oblique. Basically warm you up, get you excited, and then when push comes to shove, or when it's time to deliver, falling short. Come on, Oblique, you need to get everything out of your head. I don't know if folks are getting into your head. You need to get it out right now, Oblique Seville. So Oblique Seville finished third with 9.93 seconds, which means he qualified as one of the automatic qualifiers, but only after giving the entire nation a heart attack. In heat number 2, we had Kishane Thompson, who, again, we expect Kishane to do his thing, and he basically walked to 9.95 seconds. And there are already comparisons surfacing about how Kishane Thompson made 9.95 look easy in contrast to Oblique Seville, who fought so hard for 9.93 seconds. But I want you to pay keen attention to this valuable piece of information that I'm going to share. The reaction time for Oblique Seville was 0.286. This was the slowest reaction time of all the athletes who competed in the 100 meters in the heat this morning. Reaction time 0.286, the slowest reaction time of all the athletes. So everybody, of everyone that competed, that reaction time from Oblique Seville was the slowest, 0.286. So just to give you an idea of how slow he was out of the blocks. Again, I don't know if it's a time difference. Probably Oblique Seville was still on Jamaica time, sleeping when the race started, but he had to work for it. And in the end, he ended up finishing third in his heat. Again, Kishane Thompson finished first, 9.95. Second place in Kishane's race was a GB out of Canada with 10.19. And Ronald Long out of Colombia finished third. In heat number 3, we saw Akeem Blake, and he was up against Noah Lyles, who he too looked impressive, 9.95 made it look easy. Now, Elias, we know his top end speed is his strong point. He finishes strongly more often than not. And although sometimes he can start a bit slow, when it's the last 30 meters or so, he knows how to execute. He knows how to get the business done. So Noah Lyles, he won heat number 3. Akeem Blake was second with 10.07, and Terrence Jones was third with 10.16. What that means is there are 3 Americans and 3 Jamaicans into the final, into the semi-final, I beg your pardon, of the 100 meters for men. Noah Lyles, Courtney Lindsay, and Kenneth Bednarek. And for Jamaica, we have Kishane Thompson, Oblique Seville, and Akeem Blake. I expect all 6 of those athletes to progress through the semi-final rounds as well, and to be into the finals. But let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes, because there are only so much athletes that can get a spot in the finals. But I'm going to turn it over to you, the Halftime TV viewers, now to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know what are your reaction to Oblique Civil's performance this morning. Also, you can throw in what your thoughts on Kishane. Looking impressive. You think he has this one in the bag? Let's hear that and more in the comment section. But Oblique Civil, after a sleepy start, was made to work for it, and he finished third, having an entire nation on edge, almost giving us a heart attack. But again, getting the business done in the end. Remember, like, share, subscribe, Halftime TV saying, until next time.